So yesterday I put out a video on how they're remaking X-Men and doing the whole woke nonsense and making people binary and androgenizing women to make them look closer to men. But it looks like Amazon got the memo after they wasted hundreds of millions of dollars on the Rings of Power and all their other woke shows are failing, while shows like Jack Reacher are absolutely winning. And how, oh, I forgot his name. Chris Pratt. Fuck. How the fuck did I forget Chris Pratt? Chris Pratt movies get absolute awesome ratings. But it looks like Amazon might have gotten the memo because rumor has it Amazon's Silk Spider Society, Axe's entire writer's room, Spider-Man spinoff being retooled for male skewing audiences. They got the memo. They watched all the numbers in the box office and how all the feminists and left weirdos are absolutely applauding them for doing the weird nonsense, but not watching their movies. Probably because they can't afford it and they have nothing better to do than flood comments on the internet. But realize that things like Oppenheimer do absolutely amazing. Maybe somebody at Amazon was like, wait, the weirdos we pandered to for the last couple of years don't give us a dime, and we've annoyed everybody who had the money. Maybe we should actually go back to the way things were. That's what it sounds like to me. And whoever did that, bravo. You're the smartest person at Amazon. But I'm going to digress for just a second because I'm going to read the article. I still have my doubts, but I think it will be better than most of the things that they put out. So let's get into it. According to the latest whispers vibrating through the World Wide Web, that's a pun, Amazon's upcoming Silk Spider Society has cleaned out its writer's room in service of a massive, from the ground up retooling of the series' entire creative direction. Produced by Sony Pictures Television in partnership with Amazon and MGM, the series is set to follow the story of one Cindy Moon, a young woman with her own set of spider powers who, per the series' official logline, escapes imprisonment and searches for her missing family on her way to becoming the superhero Silk. Notably, while its heroine's entire existence being closely tied to that of Spider-Man, she receives her powers from the very same radioactive arachnid, which resulted in the origin and is freed from her underground prison. Actually, a bunker meant to protect her from the spider-person eating villain Morlun. Okay. So, sounds like a shitty plot line to me, but whatever, we'll roll with it for now. Thanks to his help, whether or not the project will either establish a connection to or feature an appearance from the web slinger is currently unknown. I would rather have a good series that doesn't give me the member berries and hope I'm dragging me in. I would prefer a storyline that is of its own. It can be in the same universe. That's okay. But I don't want, like, do you remember this? Do you remember that? I hate that. I really hate that. That feels like it destroys the entire writing for the show. This is due to the fact that Sony, whose television division is in charge of the series, shares the film and television rights to Spider-Man. Okay, yeah, we gotta know that. As such, any use of the web slinger is dependent on some level of agreement between the two. Though it first entered full production in November 2022, the onset of the 2023 Writers Guild of America resulted in its delay. God, I spent so much time covering that. I'd love to see everyone who went on strike get fired. It would do the industry fantastically. Following the strike's conclusion, Deadline reports, per the sources, that Silk Spider Society's writers' room had been looking to get back in the saddle sometime in mid to late January 2023. However, if a recent report of the entertainment news outlet The Ankler is to be believed, these plans for the writers' returns have instead turned into plans for a complete project restart. Relaying information provided to her by a supposed source, staff writer Elaine Lowe alleged that not only had the series recently let go of its entire writer's room, minus the showrunner Angela Kang and one of the co-executive producers, unknown, despite them have already written several episodes, but that it was also being refocused with a more male-skewing audience in mind. That's your core audience. That's your core audience. There you go. And they make references to Reacher, Jack Ryan, The Terminal List, all three of which have been some of fucking words today. Amazon's the most popular streaming offerings. Yes, yes, because it doesn't matter. Because people like watching badass men do badass shit, and it doesn't matter if it's male or female. Women want to watch women being women. Women like watching badass men. They don't like seeing these fat, boring, weird simp men on television. All right, so alongside Silk Spider Society, Low reports that Amazon is also making moves on their previously announced Spider-Man Noir series, having entered negotiation with their heroes Into the Spider-Verse voice actor Nicolas Cage to reprise the role in the live action. Further, these two series are only two of the multiple live-action Spider-Man spin-offs currently in the works at Amazon. Though as of writing, the company is keeping the identities of their other projects tightly under wraps. So I said I'm going to hold my reservations because of who they left in charge of this. And Angela King, I have grave concerns, absolutely grave concerns, because she's not experienced, and the things she worked on are the things that kind of went woke. And that's when the series that she was working on died. Like, I mean, granted, she was on The Walking Dead, or not on The Walking Dead, produced for The Walking Dead, but I think she did it when it started turning to shit. I could be wrong on that timeline. Again, off the cuff reviews and thoughts on articles coming out. But I think she was the producer in the time that the series really kind of just fell apart. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you can let me know in the comment section. But that's my concern with who they left in charge. However, if they are actually going with the male towards the male skewed audience, this should be absolutely fantastic. Should be some of the best things we see out. But again, I never read Silk, the comics. Never happened. Man, not my thing. But maybe it was. Maybe you guys can fill me in the comments section. And while you're there, of course, like always, make sure you smash that like button, make sure you subscribe, and make sure you share this one out. Because I only need like 5 more subs and I'm monetized, guys. You guys have been absolutely amazing. So please, yes, if you're watching this, make sure you sub. Make sure you give me that ever so required like button. But until the next one, guys, be easy like sleazy.